Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am such a huge Ariana Grande fan, so obviously I had to support her by picking up a couple of products from her new makeup brand. So today I'm going to be walking you through 4 of the products we're going to be trying on, giving my first impressions, and comparing it to other products that I have in my collection. If you're excited to see some of the products from R.E.M Beauty in action, please keep on watching. I truly am a big fan of Ariana Grande. At 27 years old, I still wear her perfumes. There's just something so pretty and feminine about her perfumes, so I love them. Don't judge me, but I'm curious to know what your thoughts are when celebrities come out with their own makeup brands and skincare brands. I know for a lot of people, it's not something they look forward to, but as an Ariana Grande fan or as someone who's a huge fan of an artist, I want to show my support, so that is why I purchased some of her products. So now let's get into the details. As I mentioned before, R.E.M Beauty is Ariana Grande's makeup brand, but I wanted to read a little bit about what the brand is all about on their website. So they say that R.E.M Beauty was created to empower you with the tools you need to bring your most vivid, limitless, and creative dreams to life. With that being said, I believe that this makeup brand, or at least the current line that they released, is more for beginners. They're very simple products that are going to be easy to use and you can use them however you'd like. So let's talk about the products that I actually purchased. The first product that I decided to pick up from R.E.M Beauty is their Midnight Shadows eyeshadow palette in Baby Doll. They do have 3 different eyeshadow palettes currently on their website, and the eyeshadow palettes are $24 US. Their eyeshadow palettes come with 6 shades. They are a combination of must-have mattes and shimmers. Baby Doll is the most neutral palette out of all the palettes they currently have on their website, so I really want to see how this neutral palette would perform, how it would look on me, and how it would complement the other products that I'm going to apply. This is what the Ariana Grande eyeshadow palette packaging is looking like. It's reminding me of a spaceship and giving me break-free music video vibes. The inside of the palette does have a mirror and the pan sizes aren't too big, so I think this is going to be a really great palette to kind of throw in your bag when you're traveling and take along with you. This looks like it would be a really great everyday palette. It's also giving me fall vibes with these brown orangey tones, so I'm going to go ahead and swatch them on my hand and let me know down below in the comments what your favorite shade is.
Shy, I will let my guard down. I wanna love out loud.
I forgot to mention earlier that the shades don't have any shade names, so I'm going to number them from 1 to 6 and tell you guys which ones I'm applying as I apply them, but this by no means is a makeup tutorial. I just want to see how the eyeshadows perform on my eyes and let you guys know what my thoughts are after applying them.
I was at the wrong place at the right time, 'cause suddenly there you were with those bright blue eyes. We were conversing under the night sky when you took my hand, said let's leave now. Don't wanna be shy.
Now that I've applied the palette, I do have a few thoughts about the formula itself. I only went in with the matte shades just because I do have a liquid eyeshadow that I'm going to be applying later on, so I wanted to keep the eye very simple, very matte, so that we can see how the liquid eyeshadow will perform. I used shade number 1 to really set the concealer that I had on my eyelids. There wasn't much pigment to it, but it did set the concealer nicely. I used shade number 3 in my crease, and I really did enjoy this shade because there was no kickback and barely any fallout with it. And it started off not very pigmented, which I think is great because you want an eyeshadow that isn't pigmented from the start, because of course if you add too much you can't take away, but if you add too little you can definitely keep building, and this formula is definitely buildable. Shade number 5 is the one I used in my outer corner and kind of blended it into my crease as well. This one does have a lot of kickback and it did have some fallout. I really don't mind kickback, but the fallout for me, if I were to wear foundation before, which I am wearing now, it would kind of ruin the makeup a little bit. So if you're going to use shade number 5, you want to make sure you're doing your eyes first and then going in the rest of your face. But other than that, I thought it was very pigmented from the start, easy to blend, and I think it really complemented the other shades that I applied. Next up, we have another eye product, and this is the reason why I went with a matte look to start. This is the Midnight Shadows Liquid Eyeshadow in the shade Experiment. The shade Experiment is definitely out of this world, just like this entire brand lives for, so I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. This is what the applicator looks like. It has a triangle shaped tip that I think is gonna fit really great on the center of my eyelids, and it looks like it's gonna be very blendable, but let's go ahead and swatch it. The liquid eyeshadow looks very pigmented. It looks like it has almost like a very soft, pillowy, fluffy type texture to it. And this is more of a rose gold, kind of a mix of a red and purple. I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of hard to describe, but I think it's going to complement the eye look perfectly. So let's go ahead and apply it to my eyelids. So this is what the lustrous liquid eyeshadow looks like on me. It is actually a lot more pink on my eyes than the swatch showed. The swatch actually looks a lot more rose gold than it does on my eye. It looks more pink on my eye. I now know what they mean by a matte finish, because after I finished applying it and allowed it to dry for a couple of seconds, you can definitely see that it almost looks like a powder eyeshadow without looking overly powdery. I don't know how to describe it. It's very interesting once it dries down. I did want to mention that this is one of those liquid eyeshadows that you have to work really quick with, because it does dry down really, really fast. So I wasn't able to blend some of the front here, but it was super easy to spread out over my eyelid, and I think it looks really, really beautiful. It also reminds me of those Stila liquid eyeshadows. I used to have the shade Kitten, and that formula itself dried down really, really quick. It didn't look very matte on the eyes. It still had that metallic shade, but the whole finish and the look of it does remind me of the Stila liquid eyeshadows, especially in the shade Kitten. Next up, I picked up R.E.M Beauty's Interstellar Highlighter Topper in the shade Miss Saturn. Their highlighter toppers retail for $22 US, and this is supposed to be a multi-dimensional highlighter topper. This is what the package looks like, and I don't know what it reminds me of. Almost reminds me of a little pillow, to be honest, but it's a really cute little package here, and the inside of the product itself does have a mirror, which we love, and it also has this really nice design on the actual highlighter itself. The website itself says that this has a creamy powder formula, so I'm interested to see how that's gonna look, and they also do have some tips and tricks on how to apply this on their website. So they say that you can apply this to all the areas on your face that the light will hit, but you can also step it up a bit by applying your favorite setting spray before applying the highlighter itself. So we're gonna try out both options and see how it looks. I don't necessarily have a comparison from that highlighter to a product that I have in my collection currently, but something that it did remind me of, especially the design in the pan, is the Kiko Milano eyeshadow. This is what the Kiko Milano eyeshadow looks like. It does have that line design, and the formula itself, although this is an eyeshadow, I've actually used it as a highlighter before, kind of reminds me of the same thing, but I wouldn't say it's spot on, but it does kind of give me those Kiko Milano vibes. Last but not least, we have the product that I was most excited to purchase from R.E.M Beauty, and it was the first product that made it into my basket, and that is the R.E.M Beauty On Your Collar Matte Lipstick in the shade Roller Skates. This is what the package of the lipstick looks like. It reminds me of an astronaut helmet, and I love the fact that it has this little window here so you can see what the lipstick inside looks like. This is super helpful, especially if you have a large lipstick collection like myself. When you're picking out a lipstick and you want to know what shade you're looking for, This is super helpful, so A+ for packaging. This is what the shade Roller Skates look like. It's described as a nude peach pink, which is super pretty, and I love the fact that on the lipstick itself, it has R.E.M embossed. Such a nice touch, and I think it looks very luxe when they have that embossed in the lipstick. I quickly swatched the shade Roller Skates on my hand, and it definitely is a nude peach pink, as they described on the website. So now let's apply it on my lips and see what it feels like on my lips and how it complements the rest of the makeup that I applied. This is what the shade Roller Skates looks like on me. The formula is perfection. It applied so creamy. It feels super creamy on my lips. Although when you first looked at the lipstick, I was a little concerned because it looked very drying, but it's very creamy, very comfortable, very pigmented, and it didn't even require me to apply a lip liner. I think this is the perfect peach shade for me. It complements my skin tone, complements the blush that I'm wearing on my cheeks that was not in this video, and I think it also looks really beautiful with the eye look we created together. So highly recommend picking up this lipstick if you also have dry lips like me. I just quickly wanted to go back to the packaging of the lipstick because I just remembered I do have a lipstick with similar packaging but without the window, and that is the Kiko Milano Jelly Stylo lipstick. That is what this looks like. They kind of look the same, but they're very different as well. But just wanted to make note of that for something that looks similar in my makeup collection. I wanted to wrap up with a couple thoughts about the products that I tried out today. First and foremost, I think this first launch from R.E.M Beauty is definitely something for beginners. You can also use it at any stage in your makeup journey, but if you are a beginner, this is definitely beginner friendly. I think all the products that I used today are nicely pigmented. I had no issues with applying any of the products. I don't have a lot of products in my collection that remind me of R.E.M Beauty at all, except the packaging themselves, which I did share with you guys. Last but not least, the price point is not too expensive. It's also not very cheap. So I would say that I can see this being in Sephora, but on the lower end side of makeup. That is the end of today's video, and I just want to apologize for the lighting changes throughout this video. It is super sunny today. I am sitting in front of a window and I do have a towel over my camera today so that you guys can really see the makeup, but at least you know you are able to see the makeup in the most natural state, in the most natural lighting. I hope you all enjoyed watching me try, swatch, and play with the new R.E.M Beauty products. Let me know in the comments what product you thought was the prettiest out of all the products that I tried today. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, give this video a big thumbs up, and follow me on my socials, which are linked down below in the description box, and I hope to see you all in my next video. Ciao for now!